Introducing Conditional Probability. Suppose a study of speeding violations and drivers who use cell phones produced the following fictional data. Speeding violation, no speeding violation, use cell phone while driving, does not use cell phone. Usually we are given a 2 by 2 or a two-way table. Even if the total are not included, we should go ahead and add the total along the rows and along the columns. If we get the total along the rows and along the columns, then the grand total should be the same regardless whether we add the last row or the last column. Before we compute any probabilities, let's understand the table a little bit more. The table consists of the number of used cell phone while driving. There are 305 people who use cell phone while driving. Out of 305 people who use cell phone while driving, 25 got the speeding violation and 280 got no speeding violation. Similarly, there are 450 people do not use cell phone. Out of these 450 who do not use cell phone, 45 get the speeding violation and 405 get no speeding violation. Similarly, there are a total of 70 people who got the speeding violation. Out of these 70 people who got the speeding violation, 25 people use cell phone while driving and 45 people do not use cell phone. There are 685 people who got no speeding violation. Out of these 685 who got no speeding violation, 280 use cell phone while driving and 405 do not use cell phone. There are a total of 755 individuals in this sample. Calculate the following probabilities using the table. Find probability that the driver is a cell phone user. To find the probability that the driver is a cell phone user, we will simply find the number of cell phone users divided by the total possible individuals included in this sample, which is 755. Out of these 755 people, how many of them use cell phone? Use cell phone, whether they have the speeding violation or no speeding violation, the total of people who use cell phone while driving is 305. And so the answer is 305 over 755. We will simplify it to a decimal number, but for now just leave this as it is so that we can refer this back to the table where the 305 comes from. Part B. Find the probability that the driver had no violation in the last year. Similarly, out of 755, how many of them had no violation? No violation whether they use a cell phone while driving or not. There are 685 people who did not have any speeding violation. So the answer is 685 out of 755. Find the probability that the driver had no violation in the last year and was a cell phone user. We're looking for the intersection and what they have in common. What they have in common is that no violations, no speeding violation in this column here. But there are three numbers from this column. Which one should we choose? And was a cell phone user. Cell phone user is this row. And so it is an intersection of this column, no speeding violation, and cell phone user, this row. The number that is in that intersection is 280. 280 of them had no speeding violation and used cell phone while driving. And so the answer is 280 over 755. Part D. find the probability that the driver is a cell phone user or the driver had no violation in the last year. For the or, we are looking for whether the driver is a cell phone user or had no violation or both. Remember the definition of or. And so out of 755, how many of them are cell phone user? 305. Or how many of them had no violation? 685. But notice that when we use the number 305, which is from the row use cell phone while driving, and the number 685, no speeding violation, we counted 280 twice. 25 plus 280 to get 305, and 280 plus 405 to get 685. We use 280 twice, and so we would need to subtract what we counted twice, 280. And the answer is 710 out of 755. To simplify this two-way table, we let A be the event that the driver used cell phone while driving, and B be the event that the driver has a speeding violation. Then this table is now simply A or not A, use cell phone or not use cell phone, where A is the event that the driver used cell phone. B or not B, B is the event that the driver has a speeding violation, or not B, no speeding violation. And so this is 25, 280, 305, 45, 405, 450, 70, 685, and 755. This is the same table that we had before, but in a simplified form where we do not use the lengthy phrases, just simply A not A, B not B, and the total. Now, we're interested in the new type of probability. Given that the driver used cell phone while driving, meaning given that the event A occur, remember A is the event that the driver used cell phone. What is the probability that the driver got a speeding violation? We're interested in the probability that the driver got a speeding violation, but only based on the number of drivers who use cell phone while driving, meaning out of these people who use cell phone while driving, how many of them got a speeding violation? And so how many drivers who use cell phone while driving in the first place? This is 305, row A. And out of the 305, how many of them got the speeding violation? 280. Observe that this probability is no longer a number of the event divided by the grand total 755. Unlike the probabilities that we found earlier when we took the number that the event occurs divided by the grand total 755 each time. This time, because of the restriction, the given part, we do not divide by the grand total this time. What we divide by is the given part, the part that we are asked to focus on only. We would like to focus on the number of drivers who use cell phone while driving, and that number is 305. This is called the conditional probability, and we will need a new notation for these probabilities. The same thing, we use the term or and or complement for the previous probabilities that we study. For the conditional probability, usually we were given an event and we're looking for the probabilities of another event. In this case, we are given A because we let A be the event that the driver used cell phone, and we're looking for the probability of B because B is the event that the driver got a speeding violation. But again, it is not simply the probability that the driver got a speeding violation, it is the probability that the driver got a speeding violation given that he or she used cell phone while driving. The notation for the type of probability is the probability of the event B given, and we use the elongated bar to denote given A. This is read the probability of B given A. Again, B is the event the driver got the speeding violation, and A is the event the driver used cell phone. This is 280 divided by 305. It is the conditional probability. Similarly, given that the driver had a speeding violation, what is the probability that the driver used cell phone while driving? This time, the notation is the probability. The probability of what? The driver used cell phone. And the event that the driver used cell phone is the event A. So this is the probability of A given that the driver had a speeding violation, which is the event B. And to find this probability, we focus on the given part from the table only. From the table, how many of them got a speeding violation? Meaning we focus on the number of speeding violation only, and that is 70. 70 of them got the speeding violation. And so out of 70, how many of them use cell phone while driving? 25. And so the answer is 25 out of 70. Again, we will need to simplify these numbers, but for now, we use them so that we can see where these numbers come from the table. When you show your work, make sure you include these numbers from the table before you simplify the number further.